Top 10 countries where rich individuals may do anything they wish. You probably don't want to be reminded of this, but the truth is, we haven't all been created equal. Not everyone gets the same treatment under the rules. Some people have better access to a high level of education as well as other resources, especially in certain countries. In this video, we will highlight some of the countries where, if you are wealthy enough, you could do pretty much anything you want. Join us, Money Buys Happiness, in this video as we take a look at 10 countries where rich people can do whatever they want. From avoiding taxes to getting away with murder, these countries offer a level of privilege and luxury that the average person could only dream of. Let's get started. Number 10. Spain. Spain is one of the most corrupt countries in Europe, and during the past few years, corruption has been on the rise. Spain's largest ever bribery, real estate fraud, and money laundering trial came to a close 3 years ago when 53 individuals were convicted for violating planning rules, real estate cheating, and bribery surrounding Marbella's del Sol resort. The Malaya case saw over 670 million euros in bribes paid out during the 1990s, implicating virtually the entire town hall, including 3 former mayors. Juan Antonio Roca was the mastermind. He went from being jobless to a multimillionaire in less than a decade, accumulating more than 130 properties, including 3 mansions, a vintage automobile collection, stables full of thoroughbred racehorses, and a warehouse crammed with art. Number 9. Thailand. Everything is cheap in Thailand, and if you've got the cash, you can get anything you want. Last year, Prime Minister Yingluck was impeached on corruption charges, and the Thai police force ranks as the most corrupt institution in the country. If you cough up the money, they'll look the other way. The same applies to the rest of the country's institutions. Companies are showering money on people in government roles and getting away with it. The finishing industry, which was previously dominated by a few shell companies, is one of the most lucrative businesses. Number 8. Belize. Belize is one of the most popular tax havens in the world. You'd certainly not anticipate a list like this without tax havens, would you? Belize is one of the most popular hiding spots for wealthy individuals to stash their superfluous money. To acquire residency in Belize quickly, everything has a price that can be paid as a bribe to the appropriate government official. A $15,000 or $30,000 payment will suffice. It will cost you $3,000 if you need a driving permit on the island, and so forth. We're not paid to say this, but Amazon has a TV series that we think you should watch. It's called Mad Dogs, and the action takes place in Belize. The plot is good, and you get to see how money influences your life in Belize. Number 7. Panama. Money is king in Panama, aside from being a tax haven and apart from being the center of virtually every sector in the country. The most recent example was when one of Panama's main publications attempted to break a story about a firm mining gold from 2 Coke Lucido mine shafts without government approval. Since 2009, trillions of dollars worth of gold and copper have been removed from the country. The tale was swiftly taken down, but it prompted protests from a tiny rural community. The firm is Paytakala Minerals, which is based in Vancouver, Canada. Number 6. Colombia. In Colombia, money may make your family tree wealthy. How so? You can pay off city authorities to give you billion-dollar contracts with a State Department if you have enough money. Allow me to provide you with an illustration. An embezzlement scandal at Colombia's most important oil refinery, where Ficker has become Colombia's biggest corruption scandal ever, with $4 billion missing and a $60 million prostitute charge. Yes, that's correct. Rafacar is a major oil refinery in South America. It is responsible for 50% of Brazil's exports and has opted to upgrade it. The project was supposed to cost $3.3 billion, but it has increased by $8 trillion instead. That's the same as the cost of expanding the Panama Canal. It turned out that $600 million were paid out solely to sex workers. The taxpayers were forced to pay for it, and the government continues to shift blame across party lines. Aren't these people a cringe? Well, these are just a few things that rich people can do. Nevertheless, they should not represent the entire country they are in, as some people are just better than them. That said, are you liking what you're watching so far? Let us know by leaving a comment down below. If you like this video and wish to watch more videos like this, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Speaking of countries where people can do whatever they want, we are still halfway to the list of stories that will blow your mind. Without further ado, let's proceed to the next item on the list. Number 5. Dominican Republic. In the Dominican Republic, the objective is to acquire a position in government. Let me put it another way. The average yearly salary in the nation is approximately $250 to $350 US. I'm wondering what a politician's wage is worth. The monthly payment for a typical state attorney is about $13,000. Low-level officials make $10,000 each month, while the top earners earn million-dollar contracts buying phantom businesses that win auctions and then go away. Not one politician has been jailed or even tried, even though there is clear evidence of egregious instances of fraud and corruption in the Dominican Republic. Immunity can be purchased with money. Number 4. The Middle East. We've combined several nations in the current war-torn region that's up for grabs now. If you eliminate Qatar and the United Arab Emirates, you're left with countries that are widely regarded as being corrupt and lawless. War is a highly profitable industry that requires money to operate. The institutions necessary to combat corruption are in place, but they aren't functioning. Anybody with access to enough money can get their piece of the action. Number 3. African countries. It's a similar case in the Middle East, only instead of buying you protection, money purchases you a militia or your own security guard to keep you safe. Somalia is currently the most corrupt country on earth. You may even have heard about Somali pirates if you watch South Africa.
Look at me, sure. Look at me, sure. I'm the captain now.
One of Africa's most developed nations, where corruption is very clear. Even President Jacob Zuma and his close friends are multimillionaires, although he is less well off than many other South Africans. Number 2. Mexico. Mexico is a playground for the rich that isn't so obvious. There's a lot of money flowing in from all around the world, with hotels, resorts, mining operations, vast tracts of land, and so on being built. All of this may be obtained if you know the right people. The entire world is corrupt and they frequently get away with it for a while. Even Mexican President Enrique Peña Nieto apologized for one of his administration's most notorious blunders, the purchase by his wife of a $7 million mansion from a government contractor using public funds. After the apology, the journalist who broke the story was dismissed and claimed to be under surveillance. And at number 1, the United States of America is the land of opportunity. The current president was formerly a billionaire. Do we need to say any more? This video's title is 10 countries where rich people can do whatever they want, including being the president of the second largest economy in the world and the largest military force. Money may not get you as far as it used to in some countries, but it does come with benefits. We're not going to dig deep because we might spend hours on this. Here are a couple of examples. If it wasn't for his exorbitantly priced attorney, who is also Kim Kardashian's biological father, OJ would have been convicted of murdering Nicole. The court's decision was no surprise to anyone, but it was shocking when the nation discovered that he had been acquitted according to the law. This could not happen now, right? You're probably unaware of this tale. In 2013, Ethan Couch, a teenager, killed 4 people while driving intoxicated. His legal team used the term affluenza, which we didn't make up. The condition of having money, which is what affluenza is all about, absolves him of responsibility because he has always been rich, and the idea of injuring others or doing something wrong was foreign to him. Following a public uproar and violating his parole, authorities were determined to capture him the instant he announced his plan to flee. He even got away with it. He was arrested several weeks later in Mexico with his mother after using his own credit card to pay for pizza. Seriously though, if you're getting away from the authorities, using a credit card that has your name is the last thing that you would want to do. As a bonus for watching the entire video, we'd like to congratulate Denmark on being the least corrupt nation in the world and treating everyone equally. If we consider everything, Denmark is almost certainly the greatest country in the world for most people. In a world where money can buy you almost anything, it's no wonder that some countries are considered to be more corrupt than others. Whether it's bribing officials or paying for protection, the wealthy have many ways of securing their status and preventing anyone from challenging their authority. That concludes our video today. If you liked this video enough, share it with a friend. Thank you for watching this video.